We're shooting video at about 10,000 feet in the far northern New Mexico mountains, and in the distance you'll see Brazos Peak, which is the highest point in the Brazos mountain area, the highest point in these mountains in New Mexico. And we pan around here, we're looking almost due east now. We'd be looking towards, if we got up a little higher, we could probably see Taos from here. And then around to the south, this little valley we're in here is Chavez Creek. And back, and you can see in the distance the mountains on the other side of the Chama Valley. And then back around to the west. Here is a plat of the Brazos Peak or Dominguez Ranch. If you look up here in the upper section, that's Brazos Peak right there. That's the northernmost point of the ranch. And then it's got ranch property all around it. This is in the old Tierra Maria land grant. And this is one part of a multi-thousand acre old homestead ranch that once raised thousands of sheep up on the top of the Brazos Range back in the early part of the 20th century. Down here at the bottom of the ranch is where you'll see pictures of Barlow Creek that comes through this section. Barlow Creek starts up here, has tributaries coming off of the mountain, runs down through this area, and then out through this side of the ranch here. There's roughly probably a mile or more of water there. There's also numerous springs, one here, one up here, one up here. There's also 3 peaks right on the eastern boundary of the ranch, and these have just extraordinary views off to the east and the Brazos Meadows and the upper Brazos River. The ranch, like I said, is surrounded by other private ranches. Specifically on this boundary down here is Brazos Box Ranch, and their headquarters is right in this area here. Our next photography is going to be right at this point where the road enters the ranch. We'll drive down along this meadow, we'll come down the hill, and we'll reach the creek right here, and we'll be shooting some video here at the creek. Here we are at the southern boundary of the Dominguez Ranch. This fence line you can see, and come down to the gate here, runs southeast, which is the direction we're looking now, to northwest. And this total property is 1,069 acres. To the north, up through this forest, is the peak. That's we looked at a little earlier, the Brazos Peak, and the Brazos Peak is actually on this property. We've gotten to Barlow Creek, and this is the little full-time year-round creek on the property, and we're looking at the again the southern boundary down there where the fence line is, and then Barlow Creek. Go down here to the creek itself. Now, I have not fished up here, and I know this looks like a tiny creek, but I'm looking right there and I can see a brook trout going crazy because he can see me right in this little creek. I fished it down below. There's a population of very beautiful rainbows in here. I'll bet there's a little pool up here. There's probably a fish in here too. And rumor has it, there's a fish right there. Rumor has it that this little creek has Rio Grande cutthroat in it, which would be pretty cool if it did. And then now you can see we're looking back at Brazos Peak. And the first pictures we took, we were around on the southwest side. Now we're on the southeast side of Brazos Peak. And this ranch runs from down here at the creek all the way to the top of that peak. And we've gone just a little further up Barlow Creek. And I know this looks like a little tiny stream, and it is, but it is just full of trout. And the potential that somebody could do a little something with some ponds and pools with this much water coming down would be significant.